Hi there, ho there, happy day, everybody. Let's have fun and be totally lazy, because being lazy is the only real way we have to get back at the man. Hi, everybody. It's Monday James here from Monday James HQ, giving you the weekly check-in on what's going on with the world of James. We'll start, as always, when I remember to do it correctly, with the housekeeping. Please, if you are on YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe to this channel. That would be good for both of us. If you like what you're hearing here, head over to my Patreon, patreon.com/JamesHearneMusic. Sign up there for $1 a month or $2 a month. If you had as many as $2 a month that you weren't using, I could use them. You'll get some different songs. You'll get live stuff. You'll get original stuff. You get all kinds of stuff at the Patreon. Been a little quiet of late, but I'm working on it. I've got some ideas for what's coming next. You can go to my Bandcamp, jameshearne.bandcamp.com, pick up my last release of original music, the Artisan Sessions Volume 1, which is a re-recording of a bunch of songs from throughout my career. 13 songs for $5. Who loses? Check that out at the Bandcamp. And of course, and to my great chagrin, it continues to actually matter. If you follow or like my various Facebook and Instagram pages, it is insane to me that matters, but it does. So please, if you are on Facebook or Instagram, go ahead and find my various pages for myself, for Kathleen Turner Overdrive, the Can't Hardly Waits, for H's. Just give them a like. It's all it takes. We don't post that much, and you probably won't see them anyway because the algorithm doesn't care about it, but it would benefit me and all of us, and really all of your artistic friends. Find their Facebook pages and like them. It's dumb, but it makes a difference, because dumb people who book with those seem to care that there's connection to it. I don't know. This world, man. This world. I'm a little burned out on this world right now. We have a trillionaire in the world now. And I have a lot of thoughts, and I'll try to keep it to a couple here and not be too. The first of which is that with $1 trillion, one person could spend $1 million a day for 2,700 years. 2,700 years spending $1 million a day. That's how much money $1 trillion is. Let's get that, put that in your brain box. One person has that now. There are millions of people starving. There are millions of people homeless in the world. There are millions of people who are dying in medical bankruptcy because they, in this country, doesn't like to give people health care for any particular reason. There are so many. Everything is broken. You know this. I know this. We all know this. Everything is broken because nobody wants to pay to fix anything anymore, because there's no benefit to it. The shareholders don't benefit to fixing roads, to fixing schools, to educating children, to giving people health care, to giving people food, to giving people housing. There are more empty houses in this country than there are unhoused people in this country. But there's no cost benefit to putting people in those houses, and that's a sickness. There is no cost benefit to keeping money away from one person. What can you buy with $1 trillion that you can't buy with $500 million? And the answer is elections. And I don't think people should be buying elections. You can buy an island on which to rape children, but I don't think you should do that either. Like, tell me what the ethical use for that money is. I mean, funding housing, funding healthcare, funding food, that's the ethical use for this money. But these fucking dragons are just sitting on their piles of gold under the mountains, which does no one any good. Like, money works when it moves. The economy works when money moves. If you gave me $10, I would spend that $10 in the next week, because I'm fairly poor. And $10, that'll buy me A sandwich. Well, half a sandwich these days, but, that'll buy me half a sandwich. I like a sandwich. $10. I'll spend it. I'll go to the sandwich shop. I'll buy a sandwich, half a sandwich, $10. They'll use that sandwich. They'll pay their people. Their people go out and buy groceries. The people at the grocery store pay that money, pay the people who work at the grocery store. Those people go out and they pay. This is how money moves. When the poor people have money, they spend it because they're poor. And look, there's always going to be rich and poor. I don't believe you can eradicate the desire to have more than your neighbor to a point. I don't believe you can't make it all equal in that way. And I understand that. I'm not trying to claim that we can. But when the poorer people have enough, that money's still going to trickle up to the owners anyway. And at some point, we just have to say enough. At some point, you have an obscene amount of money that is unhealthy for the world, to say nothing of for you. It benefits no one sitting in your accounts. Fuck you, dragon. Give it back. Now, the other point, of course, is that this is all fake. It's all false money. It's all this, theoretical. None of this is real. Of course, there's no trillionaires. Of course, there's no. But we all just have agreed to this delusion that, fake money is real money. And it doesn't count for taxes. It's a fake when it comes to taxes. It's unrealized gains. We can't tax that. Because what if the stock market goes down? Then I have less money. I'm paying too much in taxes. Fair enough. Except that if you go to a bank and you say, I want a loan of $100 million, and here's my collateral is $100 million worth of stock, and the bank says, cool, now you have $100 million that's not taxable, and you haven't actually given up the stock options. You still have those. So you're earning interest on the stock. You're earning interest on the money. You put the $100 million in the bank, you're getting interest on the money that you don't pay taxes on. You're living on the interest of the loan, while the loan sits in the bank, earns you the interest that you live on. You make the payments on the loan, fine, but you're also still holding the stock options because you didn't give them up. And that's not income, so you're not being taxed on income, and you're not being taxed for the stocks because that's unrealized. You're not being taxed on the loan because it's a bank loan. So you're just living this life of incredible luxury based on theoretical nothing. And again, all of us, all the rest of the 99% of us who are just trying to fucking get through our lives day to day, we can't fix the roads, we can't fix the schools, we can't fix anything. Everything is bad and worse all the time. Every experience you have with every company gets worse and worse and worse because it doesn't pay for them to make your life better. It pays to make the shareholders' lives better. And the shareholders get these stock options, and they then go to the bank and say, hey, I've got all these stock options. Give me some actual money that I can spend for stuff. The bank's like, cool, stock options work as well. But then we don't we don't tax on it because clearly it's not real money, but the bank thinks it's real. Why are we not taxing the banks? I'm not an expert on this. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an MBA. All I'm saying is math ain't mathin', and we're all starving and being beaten on by the world so these motherfuckers can buy an island and rape children and then become president and sell fake crypto and put a UFC event on the White House lawn. These tacky motherfuckers. If they were at least interesting humans, it would be something. If these were artists, if these were people who had souls, that would at least be hey, this fucking asshole's got all the money, but at least he's a good painter. No, nothing. These guys present nothing to us besides fucking addicting us to our goddamn sadness devices and piling up all the assets that we all work for What percentage of Walmart's workforce is on food stamps? What percentage of Amazon workers are literally peeing in bottles because they're not being given bathroom breaks, are literally dying on warehouse floors while other workers are being told to work around them so that Jeff Bezos can buy the Washington Post and run only stories about how the rich aren't actually so bad, really. Anyway, I don't want to go any farther on this rant because I'm, in a bit of a state. But all I'm saying is a government that's actually by the people and for the people would have fixed this by now. We don't have one of those. We should have one of those because it's what the fucking Constitution says. But we don't have one of those. So I don't have a solution, but I just want to make it known that this is a really bad way to live, and it's not going to go well, and we need to do something about it, and I'm not totally sure what, but I'm doing the best I can here from my very limited reach of an acoustic guitar. So, speaking of which, had a wonderful week last week, playing a bunch of rock and roll shows, got a couple 90s shows in, one of which was a very good rockin' show, and one was a very mellow, more unplugged show, which was really cool. We haven't had a chance to do one of those before, so we did like 2 full sets of acoustic songs, or rock songs played acoustic, which is actually really fun for me. I had a really great time doing that gig at a beautiful winery down in New Braunfels. Had a KTO gig right after the Spurs loss, which bad for the Spurs, bad for here in Texas, but we had a fantastic gig at the Armadillo Den. Had a wonderful time doing that. Love playing there, love being there, love that band, love everything about that part of my life. I'm not miserable all the time, just Monday mornings sometimes. So anyway, let's talk about this week coming up, because I'm tired of ranting. Today's Monday. Hi, it's Monday James here at Monday James HQ. I will be at the Blind Pig, as always, on Mondays for the Welcome to the Work Week residency. I'm there 5 till 8 every Monday, singing kind of whatever songs I feel like, based on whatever the vibe seems to strike for the day. It's going to probably be pretty rainy, so it may be a pretty slow, mellow day, possibly a lot of sad songs. That time kind of comes with the territory, so we'll see what happens. Tomorrow night, the Can't Hardly Waits, the 1990s rock band that I front, will be at the Blind Pig upstairs from 9 till 12:30, playing 90s rock all night long. Thursday, we will also be at the White Tiger. The Can't Hardly Waits again. So 90s rock on Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday is 9 till 12:30. Thursday on South Congress from 7 till 10. Friday, I'll be heading out to make my debut at Pinchy's Lobster and Raw Bar in Boerne. Be there 6 to 9. Singing songs about lobster and raw bars. I don't actually think I guess rock lobster. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Anyway, Saturday, heading up to Lometa for my first time this year at Fiesta Winery, which is a lovely, lovely winery space that I played a bunch of times. It's a bit of a hike, but I love it up there. It's very, very beautiful. Nice day. That's going to be 2 to 5 in Lometa. So if you're in north Austin, you can head up that way. Sunday, I got double header this week. I'll be heading up in the afternoon to Slacker's Brew, one of my favorites up in Cedar Park. Not quite Cedar Park. It's technically still Austin, but it's very close to Cedar Park. It is a Father's Day special kind of a gig there. I'll be doing a lot of dad rock covers at Slackers from 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock, and then heading down to Boulevard Social for the Sunday evening coming down residency, 8 till 11, as I do every Sunday. So, Blind Pig today, Blind Pig tomorrow with the Can't Hardly Waits, White Tiger on Thursday with the Can't Hardly Waits, Pinchy's Lobster and Raw Bar in Boerne on Friday, Fiesta Winery in Lometa on Saturday, Slackers Brewing in the afternoon for a dad rock show on Sunday for Father's Day, and then the Sunday evening coming down residency at Boulevard Social. Thanks to y'all for sticking it out this far, putting up with the rant. Sometimes I just need to rant a little bit. But I'm looking forward to getting out singing some songs. That will make me feel a great deal better. It will also make me feel better if you come to hear me sing some songs. So come check it out, and I guarantee you that I will make you feel better by singing some songs that you like, if you like either anything or 90s rock, which is what I got this week. So, see you at the shows. Be well. See you soon.